have to complete it in 5 minutes or less.
You have to present it in time.
Let's call the City of Milton Common Council meeting to order Tuesday, December 3rd at 6 p.m. And can I get confirmation of appropriate meeting notice? Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We have an agenda. The Pledge of Allegiance. Public comments. Anybody? Okay. Approval of minutes from November 19th.
So moved. Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That motion carries. Discussion and possible action on a resolution 2024-22 approving Edgerton Fire Protection District 2025 budget.
The Edgerton Fire Protection District, aka Lakeside Fire District, is exceeding net new construction limits, which requires a resolution in support from the participating municipalities. Lakeside Fire District has developed enhanced agreements with East Division municipalities for staffing. That was approved by the Wisconsin Department of Revenue. Lakeside Fire District then developed an enhancement agreement with the West Division municipalities. Upon review from the Wisconsin Department of Review, they found that since both divisions had an enhancement agreement, the funds could not be considered enhancements, but rather operating costs. Lakeside Fire had to modify their budget to accommodate the Department of Revenue's ruling. However, that caused Lakeside Fire District municipalities to no longer qualify for CPI +2. There is still a need to exceed net new construction. Per the intergovernmental agreement, the fire district may exceed the average rate of net new construction with an affirmative vote of at least 7 signatory municipalities. The fiscal impact for the city of Milton, there is none. There will be no modifications for our approved 2025 budget. No change in what we will be spending. It's mostly, you've seen Chief in here saying it's a west side problem. It's a west side problem. This is kind of a continuation of that. City Administration recommends approval of Resolution 2024-22, resolution approving Edgerton Fire Protection District's 2025 budget.
Is there a motion and a second in discussion or questions?
I would move approval of resolution 2024-22, approving Edgerton Fire Protection District 2025 budget.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion carries. Discussion and possible action regarding easement dedications related to Keystone Properties located on the corner of St. Mary's Street and Arthur Drive.
Keystone Real Estate Development is providing easements for public utility installation on their site. It's located at the corner of St. Mary Street and Arthur Drive. If you recall, during the specific communication plan approval process, they proposed for water and sewer main installed on the road.
I can hear you just fine.
In order for the mains to be considered public, there must be an easement. The attached documents for the city administration recommends the section.
So the recommendation from city administration is acceptance of the easement documents.
I'll make that motion to accept the easement documents.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any questions or comments or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? That motion carries. Discussion and possible staff direction regarding the 2025 through 2029 strategic plan.
Final draft of the City of Milton Strategic Plan 2025 to 2029 is complete and presented for review by the Common Council. City of Milton Strategic Plan will be the guiding document for the city for the next 5 years. It's a culmination of 11 months of work involving several different groups. Common Council, residents, business representatives, staff, and other stakeholders helped develop this plan through surveys, interviews, SWAT meetings, and other discussions. For the fiscal impact, there is several of the goals within the strategic plan will have financial implications, but no set amount of funds or funding sources are identified. Recommended motion is staff is looking for recommended changes to the proposed strategic plan with anticipated passage at the city council's December 17th meeting.
Questions or comments?
That's one of the first questions I had, and kind of someone answered that was the ones that do have a fiscal impact within the next year. Were they put into the budget for next year, or not?
Some were and some weren't. And I can identify those at a later time.
That works.
Any other questions or comments?
This is just a graphics thing. When it goes down to the survey that was done, the slides, I don't know if they go from landscape, portrait to landscape, but all of a sudden they're just off your screen. If you're looking at it online, which most of the residents will be, and once you get down to the survey with the pie charts, at least on mine, it's like the pie charts there are just huge. But other than that,
What page is that on?
so when you get down to page, what is it, 31? Yes, formatting issue is all it is. It's basically the same slides that were presented when we did the survey. And so when they got put in, they're not the same
Oh.
format, the same scale.
They look-
That's the right word.
Oh.
But they're jumbled and
Yeah, they look great to me.
Really? Really?
That's just the way you're viewing it.
It's your view. And
I'll-
it's yeah, that's not how
Well-
mine looks at all.
We'll review it to make sure that no matter what kind of scale, to make it more accessible to folks.
Maybe you're looking at 110% instead of 50. It didn't. Okay, interesting. We're going to take 5 minutes to diagnose Ken's laptop problems. Thank you for that input, and staff will seriously consider it.
It actually does matter. Some people.
Any other questions or comments, especially as related to formatting? If you like the font style, the colors.
I had nothing to do with that part.
I do want to say thank you to everybody that participated, and this was a big job to throw Paul into right away when we hired him, and I think it looks great, and I hope we continue to refer back to it regularly and stay on track with this.
Do you have another question, I guess? Is at least 7 meetings called out, city meetings called out. There's 4 for housing, it looks like, a comprehensive plan, and 3 triannual meetings for the city. Can those be lumped into, just wonder if your thoughts were that some of those could be lumped together maybe, but
I think
Maybe
the
7
comprehensive
meetings?
plan meetings are gonna be quite extensive.
I figured that as much too. But
And so I think it'd be best to try and separate those.
Okay.
For the public, meetings, what I'm envisioning is not necessarily maybe the whole council coming to all 3, but a portion come to each one.
Okay.
Just so, it's a little bit more informal, a little bit more, sit down at the tables instead of, sitting up here and having people speak at the podium, sitting and having discussions.
Sure. And then
And again, this may or may not work, but, this is, again, giving an opportunity for the public to speak to their elected officials and to speak to, leadership team to, try and convey their wants and desires.
makes sense. Okay. Otherwise, it looks pretty nice.
Anything else? Okay, is there any other further direction for staff? All right. I think we got you covered. General items, committee reports.
Historic preservation met. We did actually meet. We had a quorum too, so that was good. We talked about signage. We're moving forward with some historical signs we're planning on putting up finally for next year. So, gotta get the signs finalized and hoping to have 4 or 5 go up by the end of next year. And those will be scattered throughout the city and talk about historical areas in the city.
Anything else, right?
One other thing actually. The cemetery project that we've been working on, we're thinking that's on hold until spring because it's a little cold out there, and we're thinking of trying to organize a community day for people in the community to come help out with that project as well.
That would be great, and maybe some high school kids or something too.
Perhaps that could be one of our initiatives with the school district.
We had a Public Works Committee meeting on the 20th. Discussions were most about sidewalks closing. There was some Journey Hills Road about some wildflowers. High Street pavement redesign, some of the depth and how that project was going to go. And then the water tower management programs that we're looking at, the different companies that have come in and manage our water towers and the maintenance on them and pay them to do it, and what each one would bring to the table and the costs associated with that to figure out which way Mark and his staff were going to go as far as which company they were going to hire.
There was good discussion. Good discussion. Yeah. Anything else for committee meetings? Staff reports? Mark, anything? Nothing? Any weather updates? Is it true it's going to get cold on Thursday? It's not? Okay. DPW is in denial that winter is coming. Kelsey? Great. Paul?
I would like to report that several staff members attended a tabletop emergency management program with Evonik today. It was a quite productive program. It was about a 4 or 5 hour meeting, but we did run through a scenario, an emergency management scenario. Levels of government were there from the state, the county, and the city. Lakeside Fire was there. Our public works staff was there. Our police department was there. I attended. It was just a great turnout and a really good, positive thing for our community. We never want things like this to happen, but we need to be prepared for them. And it ran really well, and it was great to see all the folks taking time out of their day to join this tabletop exercise to help prepare us in case of an emergency.
Paul, a quick question on that. Did they talk about, in this, as far as other assets outside the county? But I know the National Guard has a team. That's all they do. They're full-time, and they go around if there's a major event, like something with the governor, or a Packer game, or if there's an event like a train derailment or something were to happen like this. That's what they do every day.
I believe we had the Southeast Region Emergency Management Director for Wisconsin there, and I imagine that's part of his pocket playbook.
Good questions. Anything else for anybody? Any general items? Anything going on this weekend that?
Lots.
Do you want to share, Charlotte?
There's a lot of really good reefs this year. It's quite beautiful.
It's got a chandelier on it. Just saying. I might know who did that. And then Saturday night is a parade, but then I think there was like, hot dogs with Santa. They're not calling it that anymore. What's it called? A lunch with Santa. A lunch with Santa. And then Sunday, 20th anniversary. And I call it the Parade of Homes, but it's not. What is it called?
It's the Christmas walk.
The Christmas
And
Walk,
it's gonna
thank you.
probably be the last.
Correct.
No, because I heard you're running it next year.
No way, you're doing
I heard
that
you and
now.
Annette are
We're
running it.
taking volunteer
If you're hearing things like that, you need to have
nominations
it.
from the.
There you go.
Yeah,
But yeah, they,
yes.
I know Tammy and them have been trying for the last 5 or 6 years to get somebody to step up. And
Yeah. It's going to be a good one this year,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
And then don't forget to vote for your favorite business and home lights for the show of lights. And then get your cocoa and Grinch cookie, too.
One of the things I think you mentioned was didn't mention was the tree lighting on Friday, and
So the tree lighting was last Sunday.
oh, it's Sunday. Oh, I was thinking.
Yes.
I was looking on the internet. So, anyways,
Oh.
and I think also Can Do is doing something as well.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Can Do. Tree extravaganza for the first time ever. That's going to be exciting. They have local businesses and people that have donated to Can Do to decorate a Christmas tree. Businesses and people, community members. And then they'll have little elves all over. And I guess it's supposed to be quite wonderful. Thanks. Sorry
also,
about
isn't
that.
there an event at the Milton House, I think, on Sunday as well, by the Christmas Carol, the play?
For Christmas.
And it's sold out.
I know we were supposed to go to that, but
Don't
who
advertise
put
it.
it on the same night as the Christmas walk?
Yeah, that's.
I think it goes multiple nights actually.
Yeah.
It is coming up on Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday at Christmas Carol.
Oh,
So-
Saturday and Sunday, the Christmas Carol?
So, and people can go to visit Milton or the Milton Area Chamber of Commerce.
Yes. Thank you. That's probably better.
Facebook websites to get a full
Detail.
detail.
And the library. I forgot the library is doing a fantastic pre-parade party with hot chocolate and ornament making for the kiddos
In the gazebo.
in the gazebo.
In the gazebo outside.
Yeah.
We're looking for anybody with.
Okay,
Glad to have at least one.
all right. Perfect. So, team building, super easy. What was your favorite part of the last, in Wisconsin, the holiday is 10 days because it's deer season is part of the holiday. So what was your favorite part of the holiday this past 10 days?
Dinner, Thanksgiving dinner with the family. Everybody in the house, mass chaos, good food, too much food, cornbread dressing. Gotta love cornbread dressing. That's too easy a question.
Duly noted. Next time I won't be so easy. Thank you for the idea, Ken.
I would agree with the same, but I'm going to throw in different just because you already said a lot of the same. So I'm going to say both hunting with my oldest son and also going hiking in the woods with my uncles as well for the rest of my kids.
Our challenge was figuring out where we could sleep grandchildren who are getting too long to fit on certain sofas. So we had slept 9 over the weekend, but had 11 for Thanksgiving dinner.
I'm gonna say family too. I'm blessed that I've got a large family that sticks together, and we had people come in from New York and Colorado and even from France to have the weekend Thanksgiving together. And I'm really lucky to still have those opportunities, and I'm very thankful for it, and I enjoy it.
We went down to Branson, Missouri for the week to celebrate, and we are fully ready for Christmas. So,
It's a three tapper.
We actually went to Florida, went to Crystal River, saw the manatees, also some oyster hunting. dip netted for blue crab with the kids, so they really got a kick out of that, and then spent a few days at Universal, so.
Oh, Mark never goes before me.
Yeah.
Ever has gone before me.
Well, like Ken said, this is too easy, so, so, no, that would be, having, Thanksgiving celebration at our house and, having all three of my children present, so that was nice. So,
I am going to say, so we got 6 deer, so that's good. That should get us through the winter. I found out that most of my family, including me, have a lot of gaps in our memory of what years we got the most deer. And we have created a list of people we need to talk to before they leave us. So we can get the details down. And then having all my kids and grandkids together for Thanksgiving. That's like the only holiday of the entire year where we all get together and make it a priority. So, Teresa, did you go?
We actually had 2 Christmases, Thanksgivings. My husband and I went to a Badger men's basketball tournament at the Greenbrier in West Virginia. And then once we got home, we then had a family Thanksgiving at our home with lots of family, and both were fun.
That's quite the Thanksgiving.
Very busy and spent lots of time at airports because of freezing rain and needing a lot of de-icing.
Our only member of the gallery, would you like to chime in?
Last week has been
Oh, it's been fun not remembering.
lots of work.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so our next meeting date is December 17th. And is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We're adjourned.